I am so excited because tomorrow I'm going on a cruise. Well, technically leaving for California for a cruise that I'm going on next week, but I'm still really, really excited. I have never actually been on a cruise before, so this is pretty crazy for me, and I am really looking forward to it. We've got quite the road trip planned because we're driving from Utah to California, all the way to LA. That is going to be the entirety of the day yesterday. We're going to have a day in LA on Saturday, and then Monday is when the cruise leaves, and I am stoked. Like I said, I've never been on a cruise before, and I've also never been out of country before, and this cruise is going to take us to Mexico, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I'm actually going to be going to a different country for the first time ever, and it's pretty wild. We've got quite the itinerary. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. Like, we didn't overdo it. We had to keep it within budget. But, you know, it's going to be a big drive, a couple days in LA. Then the cruise is going to be Monday to Friday. And then we'll have, a day and a half about, I think, in LA before we head back. So it's going to be a huge trip. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Not only do I get to leave country for the first time, but it's also going to be a big break from work. I've actually been a little bit stressed because as an entrepreneur, it's like my work never really ends. I can't just take time off and know that somebody else is doing the work. It's just everything's on pause now, it's okay. But it's kind of crazy. I'm really lucky though. My mom offered to help with some of this, the simple sells for my shop while I'm gone. So I'll still be managing people reaching out to me about product or wanting to buy Pokemon, and just doing that as I can while I'm on the cruise, which might be a little hectic. I honestly don't think it'll be too bad. I mean, worst case scenario, if it gets too annoying, I'll just hide all my listings and then nobody will even be able to see them. And so it'll be okay, but I'm really hoping that it works out that I can just spend an hour or so each day during the cruise working and doing all of the, negotiating and figuring out what people want and answering questions, and then my mom will help run the actual sales. So I'm so lucky that she offered, because it's funny, I was oh, I wish I could ask her to help with that, but I was I didn't want to push it. If it wasn't something she was willing to do, I'd never want to put that pressure on her. But then yesterday, she just kind of offered, and I'm this is the best news, because, actually, yes, that would be amazing. So I've had to work so hard to try and, get things ready, and, there are a lot of things that I usually just, make to order, as people want them. I'll put, certain bulk lots together, but, I'm not going to be able to do that next week, because I'll be gone, so I put a lot of effort into getting stuff ready in advance, and I'm I actually feel pretty ready. I could be more ready, but the amount ready that I am, I feel I'm comfortable with it. I feel confident in the amount of stuff that I got done. I've got content ready for while I'm gone, and it's I think it's all gonna be good. I am ready to relax and to enjoy this cruise. And I mean, obviously, like I said, I still plan on doing some work, responding to all the messages and working on, all of that, negotiating and things like that. But I also brought I'm bringing my laptop and cards that I can work on listing on my TCG Player store, just in case I have extra time. And I've got some other little tasks that will be easy to do, and I'm going to be doing the car ride is, I don't even know, I think between 11 and 13 hours. So it'll be a lot of time in the car. Part of that does take into account we're driving my husband's Tesla, so we do have to take charge time. But honestly, charge breaks are one of the most fun parts of trips when you take the Tesla, because the cool places that we get to explore while we're charging, we've seen some of the craziest malls that I have ever been to, just all kinds of fun, neat spots. So I'm honestly really excited about that. It should be a fun trip. But in between those hours and hours of driving, I'm I can work on video editing, I'll work on making thumbnails. I have got a lot that I can do while we're driving, and so I had to up my data plan for my phone from 5 gigs for the month to 15. So hopefully that'll be enough to get me through the week and the rest of my cycle. I don't know why I've been using so much data on my phone lately. I have a 5 gig plan, and usually that's plenty, but I'm only 10 days into this month and I've already used 3.9 gigs, or not 3.9, 2.9 gigs. So I only have 2.1 left, and I'm that is not going to last me through this trip, because I'm going to be on my phone a lot while we're driving. And so I had to up my plan. Thank goodness it's Mint Mobile, so it's cheap. Like, it literally, like, an extra, I think after the fees and stuff, it was like $6.20. And I'm like, that's worth it to have enough data while I'm on my trip. So, like, it should be great setup. I won't have to worry about it. I might even be able to use like my hotspot like a little bit if I need to like work on my laptop while we're driving. Hopefully I won't have to do that though, because I just know that drains the data really fast. But I guess worst case scenario, I spend a few more dollars and get even more data. But hopefully I won't have to do that, because we're already going to be spending a lot of money on this trip, because all of the charging, all of the hotels, the actual cruise. We tried not to do anything too crazy. Like, we did a cool little excursion to go see a geyser and stuff that I'm really looking forward to, because that's one of the ones in Mexico. And yeah, I'm just excited to see anything in Mexico, because this is my first time leaving country. I got my passport for this. Like, how thrilling is that? So I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing. And like, even though I will still be working, it's kind of going to be nice to have a change of pace. And like, I'm not going to be working the whole time. Like, chances are, while we're on the days that we're driving, I'll probably be doing a lot more work. But on the days that we're actually in California and on the cruise ship, like, it's gonna be a lot of time to relax, which I don't get a lot of normally. It's like I'm usually just busy all day. It's like most days I wake up between 7 and 9. It's kind of random when, it depends on the day and what I have to do. But then I spend like 2 hours getting ready and making my morning content. And then I'm usually working on my card shop from like usually around 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So it's like a solid 8 hours there. And then by the time I get home from that, it's like I'll come home, and often I will still have a little bit of work to do, or just something else productive, or work on more content, getting stuff ready for the next day. So it's like lots of just busy. And then it's like, and then I go to sleep exhausted. And so I'm like, this will be nice to be like, okay, like maybe do like an hour of work in the morning and an hour of work in the evening, and the rest of the day I get to enjoy being on vacation. And I'm really stoked about it, because I never really was much of a vacationer. I never went on a lot of trips when I was younger. The first like really big trip that I went on was actually my honeymoon in October. And so now it's kind of exciting to be like, all right, now I finally get to go on another vacation. It really hasn't been too long, like it's been a few months, but it's like so much has happened in those months. It feels like it's been a lot longer than like 4 or 5. I like the amount of work that I've done, the amount that my little shop has grown. Like, that's one of the biggest like things that I'm really able to tell the difference is I went from when I left for that trip at the start of October. Like, it was so easy to just leave my business and stuff, because it was a lot smaller then. I think like really like November was a huge month, December was big, and then January and February have just been next level. Like, I can't even tell you guys how much bigger and busier and just crazier things have gotten since then. And so it's going to be a lot more difficult to be away from my business, just knowing, you know, how much I'm missing out on. But it's like, it also, I feel like, is good in a way, because it does push me to still be productive while I'm not there. And I think that's going to be an important skill to gain, because it's like, ultimately, like, as things get busier with my own business and with my husband's business, chances are there'll be a lot more traveling. And so it's like, this will kind of be like a little practice run for like what it's going to be like running a business while I'm not there, especially with my mom offering to help. I feel like that'll be a cool kind of way to learn a little bit more about like what it's going to be like when I'm going to have to depend on employees to do things. Of course, it's my mom, and I don't even think she'll let me pay her. I'm going to still try to offer her something. I don't know what yet, but like it'll be an interesting setup. And obviously it's not like I'm planning on making her like hang out and help customers in shop. It's more just like a, hey, here's this picture. I'll circle the box that this person's coming to get. They'll be here at this time. Just, you know, will you be there? And, you know, when she says yes, then I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm sending them the address. This is the amount they owe. And it'll just be really simple transactions like that. But I feel like it'll be kind of a cool test run and give me an opportunity to kind of learn how that works, and also give her an opportunity to help more. Because honestly, like, I would so love to be able to get to the point where I can like pay my mom to help me with my business, because she's helped me so much. Like, I cannot even tell you guys, just from you being able to use the space in her office for my business and the other space that she allows me to use in their house, like, it legitimately makes such a massive difference for me. But literally there's so many other little random things that she helps with, and like just from the beginning she has been like my number one supporter and helper. And I'm like, you know, dream situation would be if I could hire her, she could quit her job that she doesn't even like and, you know, be my employee, because that would be cool. And then, you know, it'd be like this job is providing for both of us, and that's obviously the dream. I don't know if that'll ever happen, because I don't know if like she would really want to work for me full time, but it'll be kind of cool because I feel like this will give us an opportunity to see if that's something that she would ever even want to do. So it's kind of fun, it's neat. I am kind of excited to see how things work out with that, and obviously I am excited because I'm leaving to go on a cruise. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on how it goes, and hopefully I'll be making some content while I'm on the cruise so you guys can see some of the fun things that I get to do. But I think that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.